Yo, what is going on, boys? Welcome back. It is MMA Jack, and today we are breaking down the main card of UFC Seattle. I'll actually be attending this event, going up with my brother for his birthday, so pretty excited for that. A little bit pissed off because I paid more than I should have for tickets with all the canceled fights, but still should be a good card. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. Before we get into the picks and predictions, I'm going to ask you guys to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. It really helps me out, and it's free to you guys, and especially on a fight night week like this where it's not as big of a card, the likes and comments really matter. So thank you for everyone who's supporting and continues to support in the future. Really appreciate it, and let's get into this main card. All right, kicking off the main card, UFC Seattle, we got Alonzo, Menifield, and Julius Walker. This is kind of a tough fight to break down because we don't really know much about Julius Walker. I just watched some tape on him. He's 6-0, all finishes. He's coming into his UFC debut on short notice here, but so is Menifield. He's not coming in his debut, but he's coming in short notice. This guy, Julius Walker, seems pretty good. He likes to use his athleticism a lot. He's good on the feet, but he's mostly striking to take you down. So in the fights that I watched, he applies a lot of pressure in the boxing aspect. He wants to get you up in the clinch and then take you down and submit you. Alonzo Menifield has pretty good takedown defense. He has 76% accuracy with defending takedowns. And he's not the greatest striker, but he hits really hard. So if he connects, you might go out. Tough one to predict here, fellas. I think you got to stick with Alonzo because he has fought way better competition than Julius has. But I don't know, man. You got a new hungry up-and-comer into the UFC. Alonzo's like 37, I think, so he's got a lot more age, and that could be good or bad, but the typical downfall for fighters is around 34. Shit, it's so tough. I don't know. Give me Alonzo Menifield. Not a confident pick at all, but I got to go with the guy who's been battle-tested in the UFC versus the, newer prospect with way less level of competition on short notice. So we'll go Menifield for the official pick. Next up, we got Gene Silva, or Yon Silva, or however it's pronounced. I hear everyone say it differently, versus Melsik Baghdasaryan. And I am really excited for this fight. Striker's delight. We got Gene Silva, who, if you haven't watched him, is just all-around beast in the striking. He has sort of a boxing stance, but he also uses a lot of kicks in like a karate Muay Thai way. So he's very well-rounded, great wrestler. He was able to shuck off all of Drew Dober's takedowns on like a 2-week notice. He stepped in after another fight that was like a month ago. So the guy's really good. Melsik Baghdasaryan has a lot of Muay Thai accolades. I'm not sure anything national, but a lot of Muay Thai accolades. He fights very Muay Thai heavy, front foot, karate stance, loves spinning kicks. He has nasty elbows in the clinch and up close, spinning back fist, your whole type of Muay Thai karate guy. So I think this fight will definitely play out on the feet. But I think if Gene Silva needs to take it to the ground, which I honestly don't even think he will, but I think he could definitely do that. Baghdasaryan does not have the greatest takedown defense. And I'm just very confident in Gene Silva because he comes from the fighting nerds. Prates, Baralho. I mean, all those guys are on an upward trajectory right now. And to step in on 2 weeks' notice and do this to Drew Dober's face, a weight class up too, keep in mind. I think he's got this one in the bag, and I think the odds reflect that. So definitely tune in for this one. It's going to be a really good fight. We'll probably see a KO TKO here, and I think Gene Silva is going to get it done. Coming into the featured fight, we got Rob Font and Gene Matsumoto. Matsumoto, the babyface killer, is 16-0, 2 wins in the UFC. Not the highest level of competition, so this will be his test. And Font is the seasoned veteran who shuts down a lot of prospects. And before making this video, I was kind of leaning with Matsumoto, but I'm actually leaning more towards Font now winning this. So there's a massive age gap between them. Rob Font is 37 and Gene Matsumoto is 25, so 12 years. And just in the other fight, I was talking about Menifield and Julius, and I was saying, well, I think the age is actually going to negatively impact Menifield as it usually does, but Rob Font seems to be sticking with his guns pretty good at 37. He just shut down Kyler Phillips, who is a wrestling heavy. He's a good striker too, for sure. But he outstruck Kyler Phillips and shut down most of the takedowns. Even if Kyler did get him down, he got back up to the feet. And I think Gene Matsumoto's weapon here to win is the takedowns, because Rob Font is a much better striker, miles better. His boxing is incredible. And he trains with Calvin Cater out at New England Cartel. And all those guys, their boxing is just so crisp. Like, Font has nasty power for being at bantamweight. And this is a catchweight. This is at 145 since it's on short notice. But I think the boxing shuts him down here. I don't think Matsumoto's ever seen this type of striking before. And I think Font's takedown defense can hold up. He's actually been training longer than Matsumoto has for the fight. Like, Matsumoto got a fight announced like a month ago and then stepped in on short notice here. But Font's been training for months now. I think he's going to come in here fresh and ready. He hasn't fought in a little bit. And I think he's going to be able to get it done here by decision. So let's lock that pick in and move on to the co-main event. Next up, we got Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. And the Fluffy really holds up in this picture here. Look at that tummy. Versus Brendan Allen. So I'm really excited for this fight. Two big prospects at middleweight. Recently, Brendan Allen was just lost to Nasruddin Imavov, which is aging pretty well because he just knocked out Izzy in, I think, a round. Or no, it was the beginning of round 2. He knocked out Izzy. So, and Allen actually won that first round against him. He did pretty well. He just gassed in round 2 and 3. But really excited for this fight. We're looking at two grapplers colliding here. And I think this is going to play out on the feet because it's two grapplers colliding. But also, I think if it does go to the ground, I think Hernandez does have the advantage. He's nasty, man. His whole stick, I guess, with the fighting is usually he takes actually a lot of punishment in the first round. He's got a really good chin. But he's just going to try to slow you down. He's underrated on the feet, too. He's got nasty elbows. He's a good boxer as well. He'll get in your face, take whatever you can throw at him, and then just slowly take you into the clinch, take you down. Take you into the clinch, take you down. It's just chain wrestling. Kind of like a Merab style, but a lot more dangerous with his striking. Brendan Allen is a very good grappler, and he gets a lot of submission wins, but he also hasn't fought the level of competition that Hernandez has. And I actually forgot to mention this. They've already fought, and it played out with Hernandez just slowly taking the fight over. Round 1, Allen had a lot of momentum, kind of slowed him down, got on top, landed some ground and pound, elbows. And I think it'll be similar to their first fight, how this one plays out here. I think the odds reflect that. Hernandez almost at a minus 300. The bookies are starting to catch on because they've been putting him at like, I remember versus Michelle Pajeda, they put him at like a minus 120. And I was like, oh, bro, that's a complete lock. Bang that money line. But now I think they're catching on a little bit. This guy's really good, man. And I think he has the potential to get into the top 5. And he might just do it here with this win. I believe he's going to beat Brendan Allen. I just don't really see where Brendan could win. I don't think he's going to knock him out. Hernandez has a really good chin, and I think Hernandez has the advantage on the ground too. So give me Anthony Hernandez by finish. I don't know if we'll do submission or a TKO, but I think it'll end up with him on top. And like I said, regardless if that's ground and pound finish or some sort of submission, rear naked choke, maybe even an armbar or something like that. But we'll see how it plays out. Main event, Henry Cejudo, Song Yadong. Really looking forward to this fight. I think this is going to be a great fight. A lot of people are saying Cejudo is washed. I don't think he's washed fully. I think he's a little bit washed. And I think he's taking on a Song Yadong that's in his prime here. So Song Yadong's last fight, he went to an absolute war with Petr Yan. It was a close fight. Yan won the fight, but it was close. I mean, Song was keeping up in the striking. He was kind of keeping up in the wrestling. He was getting taken down, but I mean, still, Petr Yan's one of the best MMA wrestlers in the UFC right now. His trips are disgusting. He's just so clean with it, you know? And Yadong was able to hang with him there. For that reason, I think I'm going to lean Yadong here, because although Henry Cejudo has all the wrestling credentials and he is an incredible wrestler, the sport is evolving, and I think his style of wrestling is a little bit, I don't know, I guess washed out as for nowadays for UFC standards, especially at the top of the sport like this. Because also I think Song Yadong is a lot better on the feet than Cejudo is. Cejudo isn't flatlining people. I mean, he had a couple knockouts back in his day, but he's 38 years old, and I think the power's gone down, especially with all the time that he's taken off and the injuries. So I think this is going to be a pretty good fight. I think they'll go to war. I think Henry Cejudo could probably secure the first round by taking him down, because he still is a really good wrestler, obviously, but I think as the fight goes on, Yadong's going to break him. He's a lot better in the striking, and I actually see a Song Yadong KO TKO here. I'm going to predict in the third or fourth round maybe. I could see him just slowly breaking down Cejudo. I don't see like a flat line, but I see him just putting the pace on Cejudo, and maybe the ref steps in or something of that nature. But I think the odds are fair where they are. I wouldn't be surprised if Cejudo got it done, but I just don't really see a path to victory for him, like a clear, concise path to victory. So give me Song Yadong by KO TKO. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. I'm down to banter with you guys in the comments. Really appreciate the support. Enjoy the fights this weekend, and we will see you for the next card.